David Smith here with another Flip Classroom math video. A few tips before we start. Remember that you can slow down or speed up the playback if that helps you follow along. You can also pause the video at any point to catch up with your notes or to try the problems before I explain them. Finally, you could turn on the captions and read my words below on the bottom of your screen. Today's topic is percent change. This is the first lesson in our unit on financial mathematics. So this unit is going to give you practical things that you can use to analyze the numbers in your life, not just in the math classroom. So let's get started. Price increase is something you're going to see a lot. You see it in advertising. You also see decrease, which we're going to do in just a second. So we're going to approach this from the idea of percent change. So here's some kind of basic background. If a price is increased by 25%, so we have a price increase of 25%, the new price is going to be 100% because you got to keep all of the old price in there plus 25% of the original price. So we're going to add that 25% of that first price to get the new price. So essentially, the new price is 125% of the old price, which gives us a multiplier of 1.25. And remember, percents aren't quite regular numbers. If you want to convert a percent to a regular number, you have to move the decimal places 2 to the left. And that's indeed exactly what we did here, is we just took our 125% and turned it into a multiplier. So this multiplier can be used to multiply the old price to get the new price. Okay? So let's do a problem. Check this out. There's a boat, fancy cabin cruiser, some kind of cool boat that originally cost $25,262. Now the seller of that boat says, I'm going to mark this up. I think it's worth 13% more than this. So if it's marked up by 13%, what is the new price? So go ahead and pause the video, see if you can do this one. Okay, your first step is to find out what your multiplier is. And that's going to be 100% plus 13%, which is 113%. So that means my multiplier is 1.13. That's my multiplier. So if that got you stuck, and now you're ready to go, pause the video again and see if you can come up with a new price. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. We just multiply, or we use the multiplier and the old price. So we're going to do 1.13 times 25,262. And that will give us our new price. Let's see what we get. 1.13 times 25262 equals 28546. 28546. And there's some change on here. Remember, money has changed, so if we're strictly increasing our price by 13%, there's 8 cents out there. Okay, let's take a look at a decrease. So the last one was a percent increase. This one is just a percent decrease. So let's take a look at that. So if an existing price is decreased by 21%, then the new price would just be 100% minus that 21%, or 79% of the original price. Okay? So let's take a look at how that would work. 79%, the multiplier is 0.79. Because we're moving that decimal 2 places over. So the entire number is to the right of the decimal. And this makes sense, because if we're decreasing a price, we're going to have to multiply it by some number that's less than 1 for the price to get smaller. Okay, so here's an example. Go ahead and pause the video, give it a shot. A TV's price is reduced by 38%. Closeout sale, come buy now. If the original price was $359, what is the new price? So see if you can calculate that one. Okay, let's see how you did. So first off, to get the multiplier, we have to do 100 minus 38%, and that's going to give us 52 or 62%. So that's 62%. So the new price of that TV is going to be 62% of the old price. To get the multiplier, that's 0.62. Okay? So now let's find our new price. It's just going to be 0.62 times 359. Pull out my calculator. 0.62 times 359 gives us 222.58. 222.58. So that's a pretty good price reduction. Okay, let's do a little bit more complicated problem. But first I want to summarize what we just did on the last two boards. Here's a general formula, okay? New price is always going to be the old price times the multiplier. The multiplier will be bigger than 1 if it's a price increase, and it will be between 0 and 1 if it's a price decrease, okay? So now here's a word problem that has you do it a little backwards. Let's take a look at it. Kevin, he's got 60 bucks to buy a video game, his new favorite released game that he wants to get. If the original price is $73, what discount does he need to make the purchase? So the game costs $73, he's only got 60. So he's starting to think, well, what discount might I need so I can buy that game? So let's use this equation and set her up. So the new price he needs to have is that $60. That's the price he needs. So 60 bucks is going to equal the old price, which is 73 times the multiplier. So I'll just call that M in this case. All right? So now we need to figure out what the multiplier is. Very simple equation. We've got two numbers and a variable. We just need to isolate the variable. So I'm just going to divide both sides by 73. And that would cancel these out. And I'm going to get 60 over 73 equals my multiplier. Pull out my calculator. 60 divided by 73.82. So that is 0.82. So that's the multiplier. But now we need to find out what percent price reduction that gives us. We're going to multiply the original price, 73, by 0.82 to get it down to 60. But what is that percent reduction? It's just this number is 100 minus 82. That's going to be an 18% reduction. Okay? So that's the answer to that one. Now that you've finished, write down any questions so you can bring them to our next class and get some help. Remember that you can always watch the video again to improve your understanding. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button down below, and if you'd like to help me grow my YouTube channel, please click subscribe.